going to be honest, this is not the most well-prepared video that it could be. All I really have for you are some hastily Googled statistics and a lot of feelings. So, yeah. I don't have any kind of professional background in, well, anything, really, but what I do have is experience. In doing some digging for this video, just to kind of get myself in the right mindset, I was looking up statistics on mental illness in the United States. At least I'm pretty sure what I was finding was just the United States. I didn't specify that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And what I found was that 25% of the adult population struggles with mental illness at some point in their lives. That's 1 in 4. That is huge. You'd think something this prevalent would get talked about more, but no, it doesn't. The other thing was that 1 person out of 25 will struggle with mental illness so severe that it negatively impacts their ability to, like, exist in society and live as an adult human. That's major. That's, I think, 4% of the population, which is still a huge number. And that's just adults. Because then I started doing some digging about children and teenagers. Roughly the same statistic. It's like 20% of people aged 13 to 18 will suffer from mental illness. 50% of cases of mental illness that last and impact a person throughout their life start by age 14. And 75% of them have started by age 24. So by the time you reach the age of 25, which is where I've read your brain finally finishes all its development, you basically already sealed your fate whether or not you're going to have to deal with severe mental illness. Being a person who has struggled with mental illness since I was a teenager, that's, like, it hits home for me. Because I was 15 when I started self-harming. It started out very small, but rapidly got worse until I was 16 and had a massive fight with my best friend of the time, and then I decided that it wasn't worth it to me, that I would rather have my friend than keep doing what I was doing, and so I stopped. It's not typical for a person to be able to quit cold turkey like that. I really honestly do not know how I did it. In a situation like that, relapse is part of recovery a lot of times for a lot of people. And I came close quite a few times. I still have days where I come close, but I don't do it because of the fact that, well, I don't want to break the streak that I've set so far. It'll be 7 years in September since I quit hurting myself. Since then, I have continued to deal with depression and anxiety. That hasn't gone away just because the outward physical signs of it have gone away. I still have days where it's a struggle for me to get out of bed. They're getting better, but they're still there. And I always have the anxiety monster riding around on my back. And I think it needs to be talked about more, and I don't really understand why it isn't talked about more, because this is a huge percentage of the population dealing with this. And it especially hits home for me about the teenagers, like I said. Especially when you consider that suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death, ages 10 to 24. And 90% of those cases will have had underlying mental illness. Perhaps that was never treated or noticed by anybody else. People need to be aware of what mental illness looks like, and they need to be aware of what they can do to help people. And if you yourself watching this video are the person who's struggling with mental illness right now, find someone to reach out to. And if there's no one in your life that is available to reach out to, or you're not comfortable with it, I'll put my Tumblr down in the description. You can send me an ask there. I will always listen to people who have problems if they need a listening ear. So those are my thoughts on this whole mental illness thing. And I just want everybody to remember that emotional distress does not discriminate. You are not lesser because you are struggling. And there is someone out there who cares, even if they've never met you. Because I've probably never met you, but I care about you. Alright, friend, that's all I have to say on the matter, and I'm probably out of time. So, I will see you on Monday.